Well, back to the blitz and 5 minutes. My rating has been fluctuating over and below it, the 2500 mark. So I'm gonna see if I can hopefully consolidate it. The first game. What am I doing wrong in the first game? We know I am cursed in the first game, so it's time to try to stop that curse. That's for sure. God, my opponent's quick, isn't he? He's playing the London system. And this is a pretty boring, I mean, I think it's fair to say, boring way of playing, where he tries to go c5 at the correct moment and attack my pawns on d6 and c7. On the other hand, I can hope to launch a kingside attack with, in the setup I've played. I quite like putting my bishop on g7 against the London system. Try to go g5, g4, and e5 maybe at the correct time. Okay, he's going for this move, e4. That's quite interesting. Slightly peculiar idea. I'm not sure if my knight should have gone to e7. So how am I going to play against this move? I mean, I could go into a stone wall, but I don't like it. His bishop's good, so I think maybe I've even misplayed this. Okay, let's try g5. It's a bit harder to attack him when he hasn't decided where to place his king. Because obviously, okay, he's going over here because he's got ideas of g4. So ideally, I need to attack now on this side of the board. How do I do that? Well, maybe I've got ideas of b5, trying to open things up. If he goes e4, I want to play f4. And against this move, well, I'm going to go into a stone wall now. And of course his bishop on h2 is actually incredibly strong. But at least I have control of e4. So I can try to put my knight on e4 and maybe later on play the move b6. Okay, well let's go in with a knight. I'd love to get rid of this bishop. Maybe even... Oh, wow. I think he's just blundered there. Because he really didn't want to get rid of that bishop. Okay, I mean, it's still a bit dangerous for me. Because my kingside could become weak, but surprising. Okay, the pawn actually doesn't make much difference here. It's going to be who gets the checkmate attack first. We're both slugging at each other, and of course when you cast on opposite sides of the boards you need to attack in the most aggressive way possible. So I want to play c5, but it's not easy to play this move at the moment. So I need to get a rook to c8 and then play c5. That's my next plan. And got to be very careful here. Because if I take here, he's going to go h4. And that looks really scary for me. I think I have to go for it. And I have to try and stop this queen coming to h7. So this is the only way I can attempt to do this. Now... very double-edged position. He's got queen h2 coming as well. So let's first of all try to stop that one by putting my pawn here. But I have to say, my king looks more exposed than my opponent's. I mean, he can try to get his queen over to h5 now, something like this. And I'm a little bit scared here. My attack is a bit slow. I need one more tempo. I need to play c5. I need to have a rook on b8. Because... if he goes queen e2, let's have a look. Rook b8, queen here. Is he threatening mate there? Well, he's got this check. Maybe I should move this rook so I have the f8 square and I can try to run away. Okay, well, he's done this one. That's a little bit surprising. I'm going to get ready to try to start a counter-attack at the correct moment. He takes on g7. I go king takes, and... normally this is a good bishop to get rid of course, for him. But my knight here does seem to be an excellent defender at the moment. So he's going to try to take here. Okay, I have to open things up on the area of the board where I need to attack. So I'm going to go c5, trying to open up the c line. And if he takes on c5, well, queen comes into e5. And he's not actually threatening to take on g3, is he? I only just realised that, because my queen's defending that one. So... his last couple of moves, I mean, in critical positions, you have to play with urgency. And he is now playing with urgency. Is it too late for him? He wants to come in somewhere, doesn't he? Now, I was told once by Malcolm Payne, I'm a little bit scared here, that fianchetto rook is is the best defensive piece you can get. If you can fianchetto your rook when being attacked, it kind of stops everything. This was what Malcolm Payne, a very, very strong player, told me. But it's just going to come down to the clock now. So I need to bunk up my act here. Okay. And play as quickly as I can. And I want to get my attack to land first, of course. And I have to say, it should do. It should land first. Maybe it's mate coming up. I missed that one, but it's still going to be mate. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, interesting game, that one. That was a good way to start off a bit of a blitz session. So let's get back into Queen's Indian. Now, this little move is quite popular. The idea is at some point for black to take on c4 and go b5. Now, I had this once in a game, and I took on f6 and went a quick e4, trying to make use of this lack of tempo that black has wasted. But it didn't actually work out too well for me. So I'm going to try a different plan here. My opponent trying to move forwards with c5 and b4. So again, we could have another interesting game on our hands here. He doesn't like rushing with castling, does he? My opponent. That's clear. And I have to say, he seems to have got, with b4 coming, he seems to be a bit quicker than me here. So, well, I'll play h4 in anticipation. Can I speak today? Anticipation. No, I can't speak. I'll give up. You know what I mean. Okay. Oh, wow. Why didn't he take there? Very, very strange that my opponent did not capture on c3, damaging my position. I mean, positionally speaking, actually, I should be better because there's a bit of a weak pawn here, but he's got a lot of active play. Rook c4, rook c8, this kind of stuff. And he should be playing his rook here, I feel. On the other hand, I'm going to try to... I've got a very... Okay, that gives me a target to attack. g5 now. And... got to be careful I don't lose my queen. Ooh, that was crafty of him. So... let's give myself this square here. And threaten e6 at the same... Oh, God, I missed that one. Slack. I have to put my queen on this square. Okay, I've got g5 coming, so I'm not too worried. He's obviously a very quick player, my opponent. This seems to be one of his main strengths. I mean, my knight on d4 is a fantastic defender here. It's a good piece. I like that one. I've got g5 coming, and if he goes e5, my knight comes to f5, which is another lovely attacking square. So, all in all, this looks... I'm quite happy at the moment. Everything defended. This knight stops anything coming to c2. My king is not being attacked at the moment. If he tries to come in on the c file, I have rook c1. And now, what ideas do I have next, though? Well, okay, he's going to try and play this move. And if I take, he's got queen c6. Slightly irritating move. Okay, I'm going to move this one here and hope I don't get my queen trapped. If g6, I'm going to take here. Oh, then king h7. Oh, king h7. Does that trap my queen? Oh, God. Oh, bugger. Ah, that was silly. King h7. I forgot about this square and he's found it. Bit of a bitch when they find the right move as well. Oh, well, that's disastrous the correct term? Oh, well, that was silly. My position was looking, I thought, quite promising until this sledgehammer. God, what's going on with my tongue today? Okay, well, of course, I am losing here. Well, he's a queen up, so I should be bloody losing, shouldn't I? But we can fight on a little bit here, can't we? A little bit, because his king's slight. Wow, he's playing extremely risky. I mean, it might still be okay for him, but it's a very risky way to play, isn't it? Munching pawns with his king. And now if I was him, I'd take on e3, because that gives his king an f4 square to escape to. I mean, if he takes on e3, I think he... Oh, I have rook here check, do I? No, takes... So he's found the right move. He's found the correct way to play here. And I'm just going to have to try and, get some kind of... Well, I can even maybe start playing for a win in some situations. My back rank is very weak, though. I'm going to have to play this one first and try to cover my back rank. Okay, I don't see how these checks are going to help him win. Okay, so he's got a massive check here. I don't have any checks. This is a big problem. Ah! Wow. Okay, desperation. A desperation move there from me, and of course resigns is a very wise choice here. But you don't win games from resigning. So let's not resign quite yet. Okay, fuck that. Well, I should have been doing alright there, but I self-trapped my queen. Never a good thing to do. Are we gonna... Okay, good. Well, I'm glad I'm gonna go for a hippo. I've had a lot of Frenches recently, and I'm gonna try to go for... Okay, what about this move? This is... Okay, I'm gonna go for some crazy gambit line. Give up all my pawns, because F3 opens him on this diagonal, the h4 e1 diagonal. So I'm going to try to slip my queen over to h4 and go for an immediate attack. Because my opponent's such a quick player, I want to put the pressure on quite quickly in the games. And he's taken another pawn, so he's 2 pawns up, but he's accelerating my development. Now knight g3 is a very obvious move, but I'm not even going to do that, because taking a rook there was okay. But I actually don't want to cash in my chips quite yet. I want to checkmate the guy. Checkmate is obviously a better thing to do. And look at his pieces are horribly positioned here. And I have some very dangerous ideas now. Calculation needed. Rook takes f3, takes queen here, check, king here. Queen takes here. I'm going to go for that. Let's go for glory. Let's try to create a piece of art here. And this looks very strong to me. Well, I got... Okay, this one was my original intention. Trying to take here, and if he goes d5, I have bishop c5 check. I'm just going to try to crush him. Trying to crush him. Oh, there we go. That was a beaut. That was a beaut. That was 15 move beauty. So that's what. Okay, let's play some gambity lines then. Let's go for the king's gambit. Because again, like in the last game, if I can potentially put the pressure on my opponent at an early stage, then that is what I should be aiming to do. Now, this is a very good way of playing. I have to admit, this is actually one of the apparent refutation of the King's Gambit. And even though I should know the theory, I'm struggling. Okay, I'm gonna give up another pawn and just go for speedy development. So I'm again 2 pawns down like the last game. but I want to develop with speed. If I get one of my pawns back here, I'm okay. Maybe I should have checked there first because he's got d5 and bishop e6. Probably should have checked here. But okay, my whole plan is if I get one pawn back here, this could be quite dangerous still. With my queen coming to h5, my bishop quite good. This is like, I've seen a lot of lines in the King's Gambit where you get this kind of setup, and it's quite a lot of long-term pressure here for my opponent to deal with. Now, I'm trying to think what plans I need to put into motion now. Do I have? If he moved his rook, I was thinking about rook takes here. Now I'm gonna play here with a threat of bishop e7, which he stopped. Okay. And how can I increase the pressure more? My rook doesn't really do anything on e5. I got ideas of like some crazy move like here. I think my rook will be best placed on g3. You know, if I get it to g3, then ideas with, you know, some stuff with bishop here comes stronger. Maybe I even... Okay. So I'm going to put it here now. Stop him trapping my queen again. We've already learnt our lesson from that one. And now, how do we keep going? Well, I like h4. This gives me ideas of moving my queen and going h5. My opponent trying to push my bishop away here. So bishop here. Okay, I'm looking for direct way through. Can't see them. I'm gonna have to allow him to push my bishop away, which is most annoying. c4 is a very annoying move because now my bishop becomes very bad. So probably haven't found the right way through here. Okay, I've still got h5 coming. I've still got a little bit of pressure, but clearly not as much as this is not. I would say full compensation, especially as he might just be able to whip this guy off now. Whip. Okay, he didn't go for that. I think he should have gone for that. And let's use Harry as much as we possibly can. Not a game of chess without Harry. Okay, time. So why do I go here? I don't really know. Just seems like my queen is a bit more active there. And I want to get g4 in. Okay, he's found a lovely square for his knight. Not looking good, this one. I'm gonna have to get rid of that knight. That knight is too strong. Gonna have to, and then try to get my bishop in. If I can get my bishop to e5, I'm kind of hoping for f5, because then my bishop might. I mean, it's a bit of a fantasy quest, but maybe I can try to get my bishop in. So okay, well, let's put my bishop there anyway. And looks like a decent square for it. Well, rook here. Okay, so this is his plan. To try to get complete control of this square. Yeah, good plan. Just got to move quick here. I think I'm going to have to give up the exchange on e4. Because otherwise I've got no counterplay. You know, well, when your position's bad, you've got to go for the most counterplay possible. At least this way, my bishop and queen and rook control some squares. And if I get my pawn up the board, some chances here. So I'm going for the most active possibility. Makes some sense. Now I could put my bishop there. There. Okay, let's go for that. I've got to play quick. What am I doing? Got to play quick. Because at least then d6. And I'm playing against this rook. So this is not so bad now. Not so bad at all. Rook e6. Oh, shit. Have I blundered? Well, I don't know. I don't know if that was a blunder or not. Rook takes f6 is my next idea. My pawn, Harry, does a great job of, you know, really trying to crack down. Well, it's going to be mate now. There we go. Well, I mean, I think that shows in that game. You know, I was certainly worse there, but when you've got a bad position, you know, you just have to go for the most practical chances in blitz, especially in long play. It's kind of, you'll find that these things don't work so well, but in blitz and even in long play, to be certain, you know, if the position's going wrong, and let's have a look at that last game, shall we? It was certainly going wrong, but there's a very wise choice, I think, here to sack the exchange on this square, because if I don't sacrifice the exchange on e4, look at his control. My rooks are doing nothing, my queens are doing nothing. I don't have a plan here because I don't have any files to play on. So this way of sacking the exchange and getting this position was a very good practical choice, because at least now I control the e file, my bishop is good, and my h-pawn always creates some problems around his king, and as we saw, my d pawn is strong. I mean, let's just have a look at this game, maybe see where I could have potentially improved. And I know there's a way to put it on computer analysis, because we could even try that for a change. I generally kind of hate computer analysis, because I think you should look out for ideas of your own. Okay, my opponent was only 14 years old, someone said. Okay, he's going to be another bloody prodigy, isn't he? Yeah, well, you got to try and beat these guys before they start crushing you in every game. So how do we do? I did this computer analysis. Okay, we got another game, so we won't worry about that for now. I'm in what's it, Saturday here, and I'm in the mood for a bit of blitz. Now the other day, this guy, I think I beat him 4-0. Same again, please, sir. And he keeps playing this system, and I love this system as black. I really do love this system, where you just go brutally with f4, bishop h3, and you try to checkmate quickly. Now this is a much better move than what he was playing. Much harder for me to break through now. So I'm going to try to do a bit of rearranging of my pieces. This knight I'm going to try to bring to f7. And I've seen this plan be used before. Now, he played f4 against me once, which was a horrible blunder because the knight... He's done it... Oh, okay, this is a bit different now because he has knight back. I was going to say, you don't do... Okay, knight here, he's got knight f3. So it's not as bad as last time. God, I thought he'd done the same blunder twice. Doing it, would be unbelievable. So I'm still going to continue with my plan and try to get my knight somewhere around here. Maybe I'm going to, go for a g5 at some stage. Now, actually, that does walk into b5, b4. Okay, I need to get something on the king side going. This is clear. And my bishop... I've had this kind of thing where the bishop pops out to b6. So that is indeed where my bishop wants to go. And now let's play for some tactical ideas here. And because h3 doesn't attack my knight anymore. And this is a nice square. And my idea here, I think, is to... Well, I got bishop d7, rook e8, bringing in my last two pieces. But my other idea is... Okay, well now I have this knight coming around to g3. Let's get the last pieces into the game first. So I get my rook to e8, because at least that annoys him on this e file. And okay, well now I have takes. I have queen trying to sneak its way in here. Let's try to sneak in, because queen g3 is a winning idea. If he takes the knight, my queen will come back to h4. Look at the power of this bishop on b6. I've had this kind of idea so many times in the Dutch. I mean, obviously I've played this opening all my life. I know it very well. So my opponent had to stop that idea, clearly. But now if I take and take here... Oh, shit, he takes there and mates me. So I can take, check, then take here. That's the way to do it. Okay, we'll go for this. We'll do it quickly because it looks strong. I mean, I always... Okay, if he takes on f2, I should be doing well there. And my point is, yeah, maybe he has to do this. Again, he's playing the best practical chance here. But obviously, strategically speaking, this position. I don't even want to exchange queens here because his king's weaker than mine, and with my bishop taking h3, why should I be exchanging queens? Even though, I mean, normally material up you want to exchange queens, but I don't want to do that here. I mean, this threat of bishop takes h3 is a real killer, and I got rook e8 trapping his queen. Even that one, his queen has no squares to go after rook e8. So he's in some serious pile of poo here, isn't he? So, okay, well the rating's there. If I get to 25.50, I'll be happy. Okay, let's see if this does trap the queen. I'm hoping it does. Look to me like it does. Yeah. I'll take resignations as a sign that it does trap the queen. Maybe my opponent's just had enough of playing me, because I think the last video I did beat him 4-0. And, well, no one wants to lose 4-0 twice, do they? Okay, well, basically, I love this opening. I mean, I won't show you the opening moves. We'll dive into the position at move 8. This idea of swinging the queen over to h5. I've had this so many times, and the main idea there. Okay, we've got a game straight away, so I'm not actually getting much of my game analysis in. Well, you know, it's a Saturday. I just want to play some chess. I want to play some chess. Okay, so he's gone for the Tarrasch. Now I'm going to play a very Gambity line. I kind of half invented this move e4. Was first actually played by Marshall. But the point is, if pawn takes e4, I now came up with this move. And I have to say, I think I'm one of the... Mamajarov has played this, one of the main people who plays this old romantic Gambit line. Now, I have to say, if you put it on a computer, it's not particularly strong, but it's incredibly dangerous. And this is the best move. Bastard has found it. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do here. It's been so long since I played this. Okay, let's go. I mean, the main idea is to put your queen here. And again, my opponent has found the good solution. I can remember this double knight setup that my opponent's gone for to be the best solution. Because now he's threatening his own counterattack. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do against this now. So I've got to work this out of the board. Bishop here. Well, I'm going to move bishop back in the hope that even if my opponent takes it, his king will prove to be weak. But knight a5 is always a worrying move. Okay, but now this check, and if I get rid of knights, it allows bishop g5 check to concern my opponent. And very complex. My opponent obviously knows the theory here. And very strange position with the two pawns in the center here, like, you know, trying to cut through. But his king is weak. His king is weak, and that is just an error. That's, well, not just an error. That's a disastrous move, because there we go. I just won his queen. So another quick game there. What should we go for? Let's go for the French. Haven't played the French for a while. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna go for this move. I haven't played this for a while. And, well, we've got to throw Harry up the board. It'd be ridiculous if I don't get a chance to throw Harry up the board. And now I'm going to try to say that this knight is badly placed, because previously bishop here wasn't as good because he could take with the h-pawn. But now this looks quite promising. And d3 is a main move in these positions here, with bishop a6 now to come. So I could go bishop here straight away. Why not? Well, okay. Even taking here, I think is okay. And well, queen here, pawn on. I've got bishop here going for the ending, but he's got knight here. So, but then e4 drops. Okay, we'll go for this one. I think we'll have to allow the exchange of queens here, because at least I'm getting this e4 pawn. But I say I'm getting the e4 pawn. I thought he had to go for knight e5, because you simply can't allow a bishop this strong to sit here, can you? Can you allow this? It looks bad. Maybe you can, but it looks very risky to do this. And I'm now just going to put all my pieces in the center of the board. But okay, he's finished his development, so maybe it's not so bad. I just need to bring my last piece into the game, rook here, and I will be sitting quite comfortably as well. So my idea is just bring the rook in, and maybe I've got an idea of transferring the knight on f5 to g4, knight h6 to g4. That will at least cause his king some problems. So he's gone defensive with bishop c3. Let's go for this plan. Putting my knight here, but okay, his position is certainly not as bad as I thought it was, because I'm now thinking, okay, I've done all these obvious moves, but what should I be doing next here? How do I improve the position? Okay, my opponent also has some problems coming up with a plan, because this bishop on d3 controls so many squares he wants to put his rook on. He can't really move his rooks to the squares he wants to put them. So I'm gonna, I think, try to do something with my... I don't want to swap knights, I don't think. Let's not swap knights. Okay, I'm going to try to just get a bit of a grip on the queen side as well here. I want to keep knights on the board, I feel, here. Okay, he's come back, so I'll come back here. A little bit of dancing going on. And now stop him playing b4. And we'll come back again. So he really, as we can see, doesn't have much of a plan. Now I could transfer my knight into this square. I think at first I'm going to go just move my king up. I just want to see if he's going to continue doing the same plan. He's changed plans now. Maybe b3 is a potential target now. I could even try coming in with my king, couldn't I? Okay, I'm going to try coming in with my king because he doesn't have rook b1 check because of this bishop. So now I'm just going to take here. And you can see that my pawn moves over here certainly seem to have helped my position somewhat. We'll do a bit of dancing again. Why not? And do I put my king here? No. Let's try to get the rook in. Rook in to b3. This is okay. Sensible idea. And I don't want to allow him to check me without a fight. So, well, I want to make sure I have control of the b file, and I think my main target now is this a3 pawn. So I'm going to try and come for this pawn, and also my king has now a nice way forwards into the center. Right. So eventually he is trying to get rid of the bishop, but this controls the knight very nicely. And okay, he's going to come here. I've got bishop g6, not overly worried about that. And now e5 is a pawn I'd like to take. So watch my time here a little bit. Watch my time. Get that back there. How am I breaking through here though? This is the annoying thing. I've done all these nice maneuvering. But the actual final breakthrough, maybe I go for rook b1. Maybe this is, maybe I can. I mean, I normally wouldn't want to exchange off into an opposite coloured ending because it would be generally quite drawn. But as a3 is dropping, I get myself an extremely useful pass pawn here. And I've got bishop g6 covering everything on that side of the board. So watch out for cheap tricks. And now my king can probably come over towards g2 as well. Try to take on g2. Take his pawns over there. And separate him on both sides of the board. Seemed like a good tactical decision, that. Okay, what did I do last time? d4? Let's try e4 then. And, well, okay, I've just played the French. I'm going to go for the wing gambit, one of my favourite openings. So I want to meet c5 with b4. So my opponent's stopping that. So we'll go back into a standard, well, I say standard, relatively standard advanced variation. Set A5 and A3 have been played. Who does that benefit? I'm not sure. Does that benefit him or me? Well, I'm really not sure. Okay, let's just play normal moves. Get my king castled, and then we'll think about what to do in the middle game. 10 points away from 25-15. I think that'd be a pretty decent point to stop. Again, he loves getting hit by Harry. He loves it when Harry. Look at him. He really, in most of the games we're having, he's like basically, he's saying to me, hit me, Harry. Hit me one more time. This is what he's doing, isn't he? Okay. Now, why did I go A4? Because he's gone A5. I see a hole on this square. My opponent now has closed things down. I'm going to play a multi-purpose move. This move is ready to go F4, F5. And also B3. And I don't want to close the position down too much, because it won't give me many possibilities to break through. So C4 will be an obvious move to play. It does give him this square. Let's finish my plan that I started to get my knight here. C4 there's no need to rush this move C4, I feel. Okay. And D6 is now a square that I've spotted is available for my pieces. So by moving the bishop here, I can hopefully come into D6 at the right moment. Now, why did I play bishop there? Because I'm seeing when I go C4, he wants to put his bishop on C6 after some exchanges when it will become a very good piece. So by placing my bishop here, I'm trying to play this move C4, and the time must be right to play it soon, surely. I mean, okay, let's do it now. I mean, I could have played a bit more subtly as well, but we can't be subtle all our lives, can we? We have to actually do something at some point. And you can see now why I put my bishop on F3. If you ever, yeah, I don't know if that was a good idea or not, I'll be honest, because I've opened things up, and maybe I've just helped him by opening things up. Okay, well, this knight belongs on D6. That was my other plan here. He's got this square for his knight, though. Now, rook C7 only move, I think. Otherwise, he'll probably lose a piece because I got takes and take A6. So, rook here, only move. Then what is my next stage of my plan there? You know, knight B4, a lovely square for his pieces there. Do I just... Okay, let's just go for a plan on the I say the C file. Okay, he's got knight D5, so he's also got a good square for his knight. Okay, let's take that one. Got a queen coming over here as well. I'm not so overjoyed with my position. Not so overjoyed. I mean, I think he goes pawn takes here. Okay, I've got a message saying he's disconnected. I mean, pawn takes, okay. Well, I'm going to take use of his disconnection. I want to put my queen on G4. And maybe rook A3, rook G3. Let's try to start some kind of attack. Because my knight is actually... And it looks very nice here. But it's not like... It's not breaking any records. Okay, well, my opponent clearly disconnected. It seems to be going my way today. You know, I'll take any win I can. Everything seems to be going okay today. So what do you guys think of the Olympiad? Anyway, England beating China yesterday. Oh, my words. They beat the reigning champions, England. A massive result that was. A fantastic result for England. They're playing India today, so I'll be keeping an eye on that one as well. Okay, well, I mean, my opponent has clearly just wasted too much time there, and we've all disconnected at some point in our lives, so you know I can't really say too much about that except for I will take it. My position wasn't bad, I wasn't losing, so I was probably better if anything after knight takes. Don't know how to move this box now, but okay. Well, we can have a look at some if we got time. I mean, I'm still sort of trying to get a game now. Now, if you're just wondering about the opening there, the idea of this e4, e6, knight f3, d5, e5, and this is what I play often in blitz, is the wing gambit. And the idea is that if black plays c5, which is the normal move, then you play this crazy maniac move, b4. Why'd you do this? Because when he takes on b4, you offer another one with a3. And the idea is to eventually, after something like knight c6, to take on b4, bishop takes, go c3, bishop moves, go d4. This is the pawn structure you are aiming for with the wing gambit. Look at e5, d4, c3. These pawns lovelyly placed here. So black can't attack the centre, which he can often do in the French. He normally attacks d4, but he can't attack d4 here. I also have some play on the A files, but mainly I can attack with bishop d3, h4, knight g5. Now, if you compare this to the French advanced variation, after d4, d5, e5, c5, c3, knight c6 here, the big difference here is that black has a c pawn, and the d4 pawn here is a weakness. So black can aim to attack this d4 pawn. He often does this with stuff like queen b6, and this pawn white has to defend. So the idea of the wing gambit is to give up a pawn, so you give up your a and b pawns in order to consolidate your centre, so that black can't attack the centre of the board. Now, I'm just going to see if I can get one more game, because I did have a little mini goal of getting to 25-50. I mean, it's funny, because sometimes I have good sessions at blitz. Other times I just can't play to save my life. As you've seen, sometimes I can't see anything. I'm blinded. Today obviously has been all right, hasn't it? It hasn't been too shabby today. And things have been going well. So let's see if I can get another game. I just want to have... Okay, if I do get a game, I'll try to play 2 games, because it's a bit rude just to play 1. I'll probably lose them both now. Okay, here we go. So I've played Shrek David a lot of times. He's very quick. So I'm going to have to stay quite focused here and not get down on the clock. Okay. Now, this move I always like going into... I've gone into some kind of weird... I've gone into some weird now... Grunfeld, haven't I? This is a Grunfeld. I was trying to remember the name of the opening. I've gone h3 to stop bishop g4. And... Right, let's just go bishop d2 here. And... It's a Grunfeld, but I'm a tempo up, because normally in the Grunfeld he's played c5 in one move. But in this particular Grunfeld, he has wasted a tempo by going c6 and c5. Now, my idea is mainly to swap off dark square bishops and attack his king. But also I've got c4. I just want to keep my d pawn here. And, well, I got bishop h6, but I've also got bishop to this square. And I can play the position like that. So, okay, I've got to remember not to get short time against this guy. This is one thing I've lost many games to this guy on time. So this is a thing to keep in mind. Okay, so I want to get my f-pawn going now, but I don't want to... Do I want his queen to come here? Does that scare me? Well, this pawn is immediately on pre, so we should do something about this first. My normal idea is f4, e5. Can't come through the centre. And he wants to now... We've got to always think what opponent wants to play. I think he wants to play queen d4. So... when any exchange on d4 would weaken c4. So I'm going to move this rook here. I mean, it's not ideal because I want my rook behind the f-pawn, but I like my rook on the b file because it stops moves like b5. But maybe the other rook should have gone there. Thinking about it now. I mean, if I was black here, I'd seriously consider some move like g5. Trying to hold up f4, but a move like g5, double-edged move, as you can... Okay, so now we come with our plan. And weird pawn structure here. Weird pawn structure. So now I'm not going for my e5 plan anymore. I'm going to now swap plans. Positionally speaking, maybe it's not great because my pawns are all on light squares. In an ending, if all the major pieces come off, you've always got to consider these things. In an ending, I could be in trouble here, but I don't intend to let him get to an ending. That's for sure. So he's trying to keep things closed. H4, of course, it's worked so well. And let's put this rook here. So I've got rook G3 and rook F1 ideas. And we'll start with rook F1. And I think rook G3 should be coming next. And now bishop here. And I'm just trying to crack on down to G6. Crack on down to Chinatown. So there we go. We got through. We've got through. That's this now looking fantastic. This position. I've obviously won a very important pawn there. Maybe rook G8. Okay, he's going to try to defend the holes here. Why did I put here? I'm quite happy to exchange bishops. It simplifies the position. And, well, I think I'm just going to go here first. And my opponent trying to break through, but these moves can always backfire at the same time. And okay, this logical move, of course, because if rook f6, can I not take here? Why not? Why not? I have to watch out for some discovered check with a rook, but it doesn't seem to be anything working here. And again, his position seems to be crumbling here. And surely I can just take this one now. Let's just take this one. This seems to be a piece to me. Not worried about anything he's got there. Okay, well I think it's always fair to offer at least 2 games when you're playing this, and my opponent has had enough there. He's declined the game. Well, I think it's all right to decline the game if you lose, but I think if you win a game, then you should always offer a chance to get revenge. You know, a chance to fight back. But my opponent has declined a second game there, so nothing to do with me. Right, I think we'll stop there. So a little video and going all right at the moment. If I keep playing like that, I will crush Mr. Danny Wrench. That is for sure. Why don't I try to play him now while I'm still doing all right? Well, where's Danny? Where's Danny? Where are you, Danny? Where are you, Danny? Danny, come! I've got to crush you now. Because I'm getting back to, well, I'm getting back to nearly 2600. So that is, if I keep playing, maybe I'll get this. Should I keep playing? Nah. I need to do some other stuff. I need to actually try to make some money. And so the rent has gone up, bastards. And yeah, and struggling GMs need to work sometimes. Okay. Thanks for viewing. Please like, please subscribe. Like I say, if I do ever hit the 10,000 subscribers mark, I will do a marathon. Of blitz, lessons, craziness, giveaways, loads of giveaways as streams. So if I get to 10,000, we'll do some massive giveaway. I expect loads of people will sign up and then like unfollow me or whatever they do, unsubscribe to me, something like that. That'd be quite, well, it wouldn't be that funny actually. Right, well, thanks.